What's going on, fam? Welcome back. This is Chris with Food for Your Thoughts. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're back with another Divine Alignment Light Code message, and we're finishing up our presentation series when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology and the years, and we're picking things back up with the dog. Roof, roof. So if this sign applies to you, be sure to click that like and subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate you. And remember, Earth is a school. So when you realize that, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons to gain that experience and knowledge for our soul grow. So if you feel like you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, going by the book, right? It's not going to happen. So the best thing I highly recommend, if you haven't learned these 7 Hermetic principles, start learning about these 7 Hermetic principles and applying these principles in your life each and every day, testing things out for yourself, see what works and what doesn't work for you. And over time, you're going to find your sweet spot. Hint, hint, hint. And then from there, you're going to start getting those results in your life that you deserve, okay? So as you get those results, you're going to help people to help themselves by getting knowledge of self and cutting out that middleman, right? And trusting their own intuition, their own inner voice, their own energy. And that basically what led you to this presentation today, okay? So with that being said, once you reach a certain level, you realize everything matters, even you matter. That's why I'm doing this presentation, because you are a reflection of me in a different time and space. I'm just here to remind you of your own greatness. You got this. We all been lied to, so we got to unlearn all these bad tradition and lies and false belief system and do our own research and learn our own personal truth. All right, and that by me trusting my own intuition, it led me on a nice little adventure, and now I'm sharing my experiences with you, and I'm including some references too. So please get these books. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. So obviously you receive your call to adventure from the universe. The universe is going to use any means necessary to get your attention, but are you paying attention? And so with that being said, with each, animal sign or zoo type, we have all these different, attributes and characteristics within us, okay? So any given moment, these attributes or characteristics can sneak up on us, but when we come in on certain years, we'll have more of these characteristics of that sign than others, okay? But any given moment, these attributes and characteristics can really sneak up on us, okay? So it's all about just, knowing all about us, not just one sign, but all of the signs. So that way we can be, have that whole knowledge instead of just a piece of the pie, all right? So with that being said, we're going to jump right into it. Obviously, you receive your call to adventure from the universe. Again, the universe going to line you up with people like myself, just sharing their true ups and downs, their own research, things that work and things that didn't work for them. But the most important stuff, you got to listen to your own inner voice, your own energy. So if you're not hearing the message, you got to work on yourself, okay? Because that inner voice should be loud and clear by now, because after people lie to you for so long, that voice going to kick in and say, hey, you got to start doing your own research. And then you're going to figure out somebody's been playing the boogeyman in your life, and a lot of people lies. Damn right. And now when you know better, you're gonna do better, and you're gonna shed some light on the boogeyman so he can disappear, okay? So with that being said, your intuition gonna kick in on high force, gonna let you know, like, hey, we need to leave no stone unturned. So we going from the known to the unknown realm. We want to know how everything works in the spiritual realm first before it manifests in the physical. And we're gonna apply these doggone 7 Hermetic principles each and every day, and we're gonna figure this stuff out, okay? So with that being said, you're gonna learn more about you're gonna be the cause in your life instead of waiting for the effect to happen, because you're doing your own research and really being intentional with your own personal growth and self-development. Your intuition is gonna lead you on a nice little path or adventure, learning more about the different energy, frequency, and vibration of the planet. You're gonna see how everything is interconnected, okay? Then you're gonna realize, like, each and every day, Earth is a school, so every day is nothing more than a lesson in the test that we have to pass, basically. Yes. And then you're gonna learn more about astrology. You're gonna run across Santos Bonacci, Dolo the Pilot Man, Sister Myra Moss, Dr. Delbert Blair, Brother Freeman L, and many other people out there that's really been doing their own research, and that can actually point you to a reference so you can enlighten yourself instead of just being a consumer and blindly believing everything they say. They highly recommend that you do your own research, just like myself, okay? And so speaking of your own research, to tap your butt into your own Christ consciousness, make sure you start learning more about your anatomy. Like, we're inside of this avatar suit, so what's underneath the hood of this avatar suit? So if we are made in the image of the creator, right? So what is all inside of this thing? And so I highly recommend you invest into Biology for Dummies. I repeat, Biology for Dummies is going to help elevate your overall thought process. You're going to learn more about yourself and how how your body works, and you're going to tap into your own Christ consciousness, guarantee. And so every day you're going to grow through your own personal transformation and atonement process, And you're gonna realize, the universe speaks through everything. It leaves clues all day, every day, 24/7, okay? And so if you haven't, speaking of sacred geometry, if you haven't heard of Brother Sanchez TV on YouTube, you're doing yourself a highly disservice, because this guy is gonna give you some eye training. He's gonna show you how things line up. And like all of my presentations, it's all sacred geometry. Everything lines up, everything's interconnected, just pointing you back to you. It's basically like every presentation is like a reminder of yourself. It's just like looking in the mirror like, man, I should know this stuff. So I'm sharing my experiences with you. So every day you're going to test things out in your life, applying those 7 hermetic principles and finding your sweet spot. And then by you, elevating your consciousness, people gonna see the results, and you're gonna start helping people to help themselves, okay? So we can get out this rat trap, all right? And so with that being said, that by you being intentional with your personal growth and self-development, the universe gonna send you a whole bunch of synchronicities, 1111, 222, 333. What does that mean? I've done a lot of presentation to help you guys out. So if you've been saying synchronicity, go back to some of my previous presentations. They're gonna help you, okay? Remember, there's a good side, not so good side to everything, but there's that neutral ground. And lastly, you better connect with Mother Nature, all right? She's waiting on you, and she's gonna send a lot of her messages just to keep you on script, okay? So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna be mindful of my time. So it's all about unity consciousness. What does that mean for me, Chris? That means like we all have our own unique purpose and mission that we have to fulfill. Nobody's gonna do it but you. Nobody's gonna save you but you, with knowledge of self. And so we all have our own unique piece of the puzzle or gifts and talents that we can display and share with others so they can enlighten themselves. So it's all about we learning from each other, so to speak. So basically you can look at every presentation like a message, from the universe or source within you, because each and every person is a reflection of their own universe, okay? So once you realize like, hey, I'm here to do great things, it's time for all of us to take full responsibility and accountability for our action. We can't blame God or the devil, our higher and lower nature of ourselves. We got to take matters into our own hands and be very intentional with our causes and effects in our lives, okay? And so within the divine mind, we're a divine light being having this human experience, and our mama and daddy got to get together to create that big bang, to create that, generate that spark to create our avatar suit so we can get here and have a earthly experience, okay? And so as soon as you get here, people gonna, dump all kind of outdated belief, values and stuff, the things that work and didn't work for them. And then over time, you're gonna start testing things out for yourself. Like, hey, there's more to the story than what my mom and dad and all my ancestors taught me, and you started doing your own research, and then you became wise, right? And basically that will lead you to this presentation, because I've been doing my own research, leaving no stone unturned. Like, hey, there's more to the story, and the more you dig, you'll see yourself in the story, okay? I hope so. All right, with that being said, again, the big bang starts with you. And then, as a man or a woman thinker, please get this book by James Allen. And remember, everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. If you feel like you haven't been growing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, whatever aspect, I know I'm repeating myself over this, use these 7-year cycles. Just really reflect on your life. Like, the first step first is look yourself in the mirror. It's been you. It's your fault that, you chose to participate in whatever groups, or, taking a dead-end job, or hanging around some people that, they like to party, but they're not trying to better themselves, like trying to fix their credit and start collecting assets and stuff like that so they can create generational wealth instead of just partying all the time. And so you outgrown these people. Congratulations, because you'll be stuck there forever. All right. So with that being said, the principle of truth are 7. He or she who knows these understandably possess the magic key before whose touch of all doors of the temple fly open, and the temple is your mind. So remember, everything starts in the mind first before it manifests in the physical. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, and gender. And to make sure your blood is operating in your heart chakra at all times, when you're dealing with certain people, places, and event, use the 7 principles of mind. They're gonna get your butt out of a jam and keep you in your heart chakra, so you can attract the abundance and the people, the right people, places, and event into your life, so you can keep leveling up. I hope that makes sense. So mind is an ancient system of morals and values that gonna help guide your thoughts and behavior as you navigate in your own matrix reality. Okay, so they consist of 7 things: truth, based on facts with honesty and integrity; justice, state of fairness and lawful judgment, righteousness, a state of consistent good conduct, reciprocity, what goes around comes around, like cause and effect, plant those good seeds every day. And then we got balance, equal distribution of weight, order, a correct sequence of thoughts and action, harmony, one accord, and pleasing arrangement. So the world is equally divided between the people that want to level up, or the people that want to keep staying, be the classroom bully and keep, flunking the grade and bullying all the people that's new to the class, right? So no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna help elevate. I'm gonna add value to every person that come across these presentations. I'm not saying I know everything. I do know everything, but I need to keep doing my research and remember. And so do you. You know everything too. But we got to remind ourselves or remember the things that we need to attract in our lives, okay? You are infinite. There are no limits to you, okay? I'm not going to put you in a box, all right? So stop letting people do that to you. Please invest into the Hermetica, Celestial Ship of the North. And then also, please, as a man or woman thinketh, and one more book, Your Guardian Angel and You by Denny Sargent. I repeat, Your Guardian Angel and You by Denny Sargent. And so again, material items gonna come and go, but knowledge yourself, cutting out that middleman so you can do things for yourself, so you can have your own continuity system for your family, and so they, everybody can have that harmony that we deserve, like our own hand-me-down. So, understand our astrology chart is the doorway, but the effort to go through that thing, it's up to you, okay? I'm just here to remind you, like, you got this. We all been lied to. So we need to take in new information and discern, right? Test things out, see what works and what doesn't work, and then we're gonna share references. We're not gonna go off of hearsay. Anybody can talk crazy stuff, right? But we need to share some references to at least have you a starting point, okay? And so with that being said, knowledge of self is gonna be way more important and longer lasting than that material stuff. And then by you learn these 7 hermetic principles each and every day, it's gonna give you that balance that you need in your life. You're gonna balance off your polarities. You're gonna have a quality of life change. You're gonna start getting results in your life, and people gonna start asking you questions like, what are you doing? You'll be able to tell them and then point them to a reference, okay? And so, there's a good side, not so good side to everything, but please remember to balance your polarity, okay? And so be mindful of your words as you navigate out here, especially you coming into knowledge of self and you realize like, hey, I'm part of the I am, and I'm here to do great things. I have my own unique gifts and talents. It may not be what society present as a doctor, lawyer, these positions. You got the spiritual knowledge, and that's more important and longer lasting. Hint, hint, hint. So speaking of which, we dealing with, digging into the dog today, right? Digging, but we're gonna break it down. We got yin and yang here dealing with the rat, tiger, dragon, horse, monkey, dog, and then yang dealing with the bull, rabbit, snake, sheep, rooster, and pig. And there's a 2-year cycle, for each thing. So we dealing with the dog, with the element here in 1946 over here with the dog. It starts off with fire, and from fire, it'll go to earth. So with that being said, starting off with the dog in 1946, right? It's gonna, go 2 years. It's gonna be fire here and fire here with the pig, and then every 12 years, that dog zoo type is gonna change elements. So it's gonna go from fire to earth to metal to water. I hope that makes sense. I want to make sure every presentation is pretty clear. You can see how everything's interconnected, even you. The arm, leg, arm, head, which is the Allah, all right? And that secret, center, that esse, right? That spirit, it's the driving force that got you going around here, okay? So with that being said, animal signs of Chinese zodiac, dealing with the dog, dealing with the dog, it's all about being a student and a teacher in your own life, okay? We know Earth is a school, and when the years come with the dog, I got here from 1934 all the way to 2030, but just keep adding 12 years or subtracting or whatever, right? But the hours of the day with the dog is 7 p.m. to 9. And then lucky for, remember, you create your own luck, but it's good for, happy and safe travel, romance, and spending time with friends, making a budget, minded, amiable, and persistent. I'm jumping around. So making a budget, but when it comes to keywords, when it comes to the dog, is deal with loyalty, perspective, fearless, devoted, friendly, unselfish, optimistic, persevering, strong-minded, but amiable, and then persistent, intelligence, and know-how, helpful, loyal, caring, resourceful, honest, deep, and blessed. Now on the negative side, when they're dealing with a dog, they can be a little anxious, cynical, pessimistic, withdrawal, nervous, but they have a love for tigers and horses and a little dislike for dragons and rams. But when it comes to the dog, these are my key points and takeaway. I'm gonna get you out of here. The dog is known to be loyal, We all know that, right? Protective and loving, although when need be, they can be fearless and fierce. Now, dogs tend to get involved in things without even thinking of the consequences of their actions. They want to go ahead without hesitation, right? But without going over the finer details of the plan, then it come to bite them in the butt later, right? They want instant results, and they jump head first in without even thinking about the consequences, like we just mentioned. But dogs are honest and straightforward and have a watchful, anticipatory, basically, you can basically anticipate their daily routine because they're creatures of habit, right? So they have that, habit nature. Now, the most often come across as easygoing, but they are generally restless underneath. Now, dogs make wonderful friends or generally have, many in their life. Now, they seldom have enemy, but when they do, when I say when they do, they are terrible foes. Now, as we close things out, dogs are demonstrative in showing their affection and do not shy away from reciprocating their display. Now, dogs are optimistic to the point of sometimes being over optimistic, leading to disappointments. Now, when it comes to relationship, remember, there's no cookie cutter recipe to life, but why not use universal laws to your advantage, especially the principle of cause and effect? So if you feel like you lack something in life, money, time, compassion, just a good listening friend, are you those things? So start giving more of the things that you feel that you lack in life. So donate time, listen, and remember, every situation is nothing more than a lesson in the test that we all have to pass. So when it comes to relationship with dogs and tigers often enjoy passionate affairs and sizzling relationship, but dogs and pigs are most suited long term. Now, rats are too nervous for the sociable dog, and the ox and the dog would clash to no end, basically. But when it comes to relationship, remember, is it one-sided or balanced? Are you guys meeting each other halfway, or are you just bringing all the tools to the table here, and people just eating off your stuff for free? Don't let people get over you like that. Y'all share common goals and strategy. Like, that's what I do, and study life and weaknesses. I bring my strength and weaknesses to the table. My wife does the same, and she teach me stuff that I don't know. I don't know how to be a woman, right? So she teach me a lot of stuff, and and I teach her stuff too, that I'm my strength. So with that being said, personal growth is key. So use cause and effect to your advantage each and every day. And when you look at any relationship, either it be personal or work related, what can I learn from this situation that's gonna make me a better person tomorrow? So this has been my own personal takeaway when it comes to animal signs of Chinese astrology and the year dealing with the dog, and we're gonna end things up with the pig, and we're gonna get your butt out of here. We're gonna start something up. All right, so as always, be sure to click that like, subscribe button down below. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, our purpose and mission require learning a whole bunch of life lessons to gain the experience and knowledge for our soul growth. It's never too late to rewrite your story, but just do it now. And as you elevate, you're going to help people to help yourself, to help themselves, because you the change agent. That's what you came here to do. So trust your own inner voice and own energy. Do your own research. So take care of yourself, love yourself. Until next time, stay grateful and focused, fam.